This is the one that's already produced about 6-7 inches of snow across parts of Nebraska into into South Dakota as well. Now it's bringing some of that snow into Madison, Wisconsin. Peoria, Illinois, that's where we're seeing mostly rain, and that's headed towards Chicago. So it's the northern side of this storm where we have enough cold air to produce a little bit of light snow. And on the eastern side of it, as we go through the day today, we'll see some pockets of rain through Atlanta. Then that one falls apart. Then a second one develops. This one is going to bring more rain to Kentucky, to Tennessee, where the ground is already saturated. You've been dealing with a lot of rain lately. This is going to be the reason why we'll see some of that lighter snow across the interior Northeast, up across upstate New York into western western Massachusetts and Connecticut, also northwestern New Jersey too, where we could end up with about 2 to 3, maybe even 4 inches of snow for some of those areas. That's a look at the weather across the country. We'll get to your local forecast in the next 30 seconds.
The system that's going to make its way onshore, bring us wind gusts up to about 65 to 70 miles per hour, bring a lot of mountain snow and also a lot of rain down across California, especially in those burn scar areas. We have the threat of flooding because it kind of washes away very quickly because the ground can't absorb all of that water. But as this moves to the east, it'll start to bring some of that snow eastward as well. But on the heels of this next storm, a second storm is going to bring more rain in the San Francisco area. So we could see up to about 3 to 4 inches of rain locally, up to 5 inches. But it's the snow, especially across the Sierra Nevada mountain range. It could accumulate up to about 2 to 4 feet, possibly even up to 5 feet. So that's much needed for that part of the country, and we are certainly going to get it. Elsewhere, we have a little bit of light snow across the upper Midwest. In the Northeast, though, much, much colder than yesterday and a little breezy, too. That's a look at the weather across the country. Now here's a peek out your window.
Thanks, Dylan.
And that's your latest forecast.
All right, Dylan, thank you. We cannot wait for Can't Miss, can we? Because our man, Al Roker. We've got some news that we are excited to share about Al. We'll be back right after this.
Moderate to severe eczema still disrupts my skin.
December 9th, 2022.
Live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza, this is the third hour of Today.
Good morning and welcome to the third hour of Today on this, Craig's not here, so I'll say it for him, Friday. I'm Chanel here with Dylan and Jill. Craig is off this morning. Al is still recovering, but we have a very happy update this morning. We can tell you that Al is officially home from the hospital as we speak.
Yay.
He shared this announcement on Instagram last night saying, quote, "So incredibly grateful to family, friends, medical folks, the Today Show family, and all of your thoughts and prayers," because he knows so many of you have been praying for him, even out in the plaza every day.
Every day there are
people
signs.
have
Everybody's like, "Can you please tell Al that we're thinking about him, we're praying for him?" And those prayers are going a long way because he is home with his family and smiling.
I would like to say to Deborah, who has been through so much,
She's been
she has been texting all of us every day.
Yes.
That is what a beautiful wife does.
Absolutely.
She's so wonderful
I don't know
and
who
grateful,
smiles
and her whole
bigger.
family. I mean, she's just praying every day and getting back to us and letting us know. And so we're just...
I thought about it, too, because, listen, Al, if you've ever walked around town with Al, or even an airport, that's a good example. Anywhere around the country, you walk through an airport with Al Roker, and it's just... And everybody knows him and wants to be his friend. So I can't imagine how many texts and emails that Deborah had to field. And she answered all of them. She was always there giving us updates. So we love both of you guys.
We love you guys.
The whole family. So he'll be back soon. Yeah.
Love you guys. All right, now to another big homecoming this morning. It's WNBA star Brittany Griner. She's finally back in the U.S. after 10 agonizing months in Russian custody. Her plane.
Proud. I've been here for 13 years, and I wanted to take our Classic Today logo and...
Look who's here, our resident football and khaki fanatic. Do you even like khakis that much?
I have no choice.
Now you're hearing it now. It's Steve Kornacki, NBC News national political correspondent. So I kind of feel like this is your second favorite spot. At least we've made it yours, the big board. It's back, but this time he's talking about one matchup that football fans will have their eyes on this weekend. The Miami Dolphins facing off against the LA Chargers. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Let's dig in here. Let's look at the bigger picture playoffs. Where do these two teams stand?
Yeah, Sunday Night Football, big playoff implications. We're getting to that time of year here. So what you're seeing here is the AFC playoff standings as they are right now. And the Dolphins right now would be in the playoffs. A win would be significant. Not only would it help ensure a playoff berth potentially for them or put them in better position, but they're also chasing the Buffalo Bills for the AFC East lead. They're only a game behind the Bills. So for the Dolphins, that's still in play, too. And you see for the Chargers, this game is huge because right now, this is the cut line. The Chargers are on the outside looking in when it comes to the But that could change, too. Me and you, I know, have some feelings on that, Dylan. But the Chargers need this one desperately just to stay in the playoff race.
What is the history of the two teams?
So they've played a bunch of times, actually, the last few years. The last time they played, actually, was the first time the two quarterbacks matched up, and the Dolphins actually won that game. They have played 4 times since 2016. The Dolphins have won 3 of those. But since 2016, these teams have changed a lot. There's a lot of attention on the two quarterbacks they both have now.
And speaking of the two quarterbacks, Tua and Justin, they're both relatively young, but how do they compare against each other?
Fascinating backstory here. They're each in their third year. Tua came out of Bama, Justin Herbert coming out of Oregon. And this was a bit of a dilemma for the Dolphins. They picked 5th in the 2020 draft. The Chargers picked 6th, and the Dolphins, nobody knew who are they going to go with. They went with Tua. Then the Chargers got Herbert, and everybody's been comparing him since. And, you know, the way things started the first year or two, it looked like Herbert might have been the better pick out of this draft. But the way Tua has been playing this year, his numbers have been, this is the passer rating statistic. Look at this. This is basically measures the efficiency of the quarterback, 20 points higher than Herbert.
Wow.
And you see that the wins, people who back Tua as the better quarterback say the bottom line is Tua wins more than Herbert
Fans
does.
are going to be
We'll see
all
what happens.
over that.
I know. So
whomever
true.
won.
All right, so you usually have this little game. You guys know athlete versus, but today there's a twist. We never know what you're going to ask us, but go for it.
Well, here it is. We're talking
Okay.
about the big American football game this
Okay.
weekend. We're also talking about international football,
Football.
a.k.a. soccer,
Yes.
that's playing out with the World Cup. So
Okay.
here's the question for you. Which one is taller? In the American football, you get the Vince Lombardi trophy for the Super Bowl. In the World Cup, you get the FIFA World Cup trophy. Which one of these is taller?
I feel like this one I can picture Tom Brady holding it above
Yeah,
his
I think
head.
this is the
I'm
Vince
gonna-
Lombardi
I'm
trophy.
going with FIFA.
Really?
Okay, one for FIFA,
two for Lombardi.
Lombardi.
What's the answer?
Lombardi trophy stands at, that was supposed to click, the Lombardi, well, there it is. 22 inches for the Lombardi
22.
trophy, 14 inches for the FIFA World
significantly
Cup.
smaller, yeah.
Or it's international, 36.8
I was so
centimeters.
sure.
but
Smart.
You were
I was so
sure.
confident.
Well, because I feel like the
It
graphic
looked
tried
smaller
to
in the
trick
graphic,
us.
yeah.
They're always trying to trick you with
us.
these.
The theme is always thank you and good luck this weekend.
Thank you very much.
You'll be on primetime. You can catch coverage of the World Cup in Peacock on Telemundo, and the Miami Dolphins take on the LA Chargers Sunday starting at 7 p.m. Eastern here on NBC and on Peacock.
All right, and coming up next, I've got not one, but 2 She Made It stories, including 2 women bringing all those holiday decorations right to your doorstep. And later, we're getting all your White Lotus questions answered.
I don't know
I
at
am
all.
geeking out. Just get ready. I'm getting down to it, Haley Lou Richardson. You're giving us hints. You're giving us the answers. You told us already. We'll
like
be
your
right
outfit.
back.
I know, you're like, what are you supposed to do here? Wave? I don't know.
Type 2 diabetes?
It is going to stay across upstate New York, but let's talk about the rain first, because areas across Tennessee do have to deal with a lot more rain. Perhaps another couple to up to 5 inches of rain possible when all is said and done. We also have the chance of some strong possible when all is said and done. We also have the chance of some
Possible when all is said and done. We also have the chance of some
stronger storms. This slight risk area that includes parts of Mississippi all the way up to North Carolina, where we could see winds up to 60 miles per hour, large hail, and isolated tornadoes. So it's all along this cold front. So the heavier rain will make its way to the East Coast later on today. And then tonight, the cold air on the backside